painting. I became the world's first blind muralist. And my first mural was in New York. I've done them in, I just did one in Korea. We've done them all over the country. The murals are huge. They're crazy, they're big. And I can't paint the same way on one of those that I do here. But it's the same sort of, but I will have paint that I can touch and feel with some of the lines. And that's great. Like, it works for that application. But this, what I want to share with you, is it's just my all-time favorite way to paint. I just love it. So we're gonna pass some different things out. And the basic way that we're gonna paint with this is that it's just using our sense of touch. So are these little raised line drawings that I made, and it's just of a cartoon flower, but they're raised lines. So whenever I draw with lines that I can touch and feel. So it feels like a cartoon flower when you get it, but it seems really simple, and it is. But go ahead and feel the flower when you get it, and you can touch it, and then because once the blindfold goes on, it might start feeling more complicated. It isn't about making a beautiful, gorgeous painting at the end of it. It's just about experiencing. So we're going to learn how to tell the color without being able to see the color, at least the way that I work, and be able to touch. So we'll just work on a few of these little techniques. So just make it easy. With the raised line drawing, you can start touching it, you can feel it. In my studio, I don't, so the paint that we have today, it's tempera or poster paint, so that it'll wash out of clothes, hopefully. But if you have long sleeves, be sure to pull your sleeves. You probably don't have long sleeves in the summer, but if you do. So we're adding different additives to each color, but like today, it's like flour and rice and things, and that's just to make sure the mediums that I use are acrylic mediums and additives. So there are a lot of chemicals, and I just want to make sure no one's allergic to it. And if this is the first time someone has painted with outside, if you get some in your mouth, I don't want anybody eating paint. I have learned over the years. So with my tubes here, the way that I do color is I grill them. There's some tubes of paint that feel very much like a toothpaste tube, but the Braille helps me, so I never brush my teeth with like a cadmium red. And I've learned like for my brush cup to be a different shape than my water cup, because the brush water does not taste like a rainbow. It's not good. It's nasty. But the way that I control color is I just brown my paint, so I know what I'm starting with, and then I'll add different mediums, different additives into the paint. And because I use acrylic paints, I use acrylic mediums. The cool thing about it is that there's all these different additives you can mix in the paint. So you can turn your normal acrylic paint, if everybody's familiar with that, just that sort of paint feel. You can make it watery, you can make it slimy, you can make it oily feeling. You can make it really thick. You can make it feel just like oil paint if you want. You can make it work like clay. You can even make it so hard and so thick that you can carve it with a knife. There's just all these different things you can add to the paint, which is really cool because it just lets you be able to go in and you can have this one paint that you can use it as a watercolor, as a oil paint. You can do tints, you can do washes, or if you're like me, you can use it to be able to tell the difference between different colors, or to be able to mix different colors. So like I have a white here that it has a medium mixed into it. It's a heavy structure coat, so it acts like toothpaste. It's just really thick. And then I have in this bottle, has an acrylic release. It's a black golden. Has an acrylic release in it, already built into the paint. But then I added a different acrylic release from a different company, and it makes it slimy feeling. So it's real liquidy and slimy feeling. So they just feel completely different. So on my palette, if I have the slimy paint, I know it's got to be black. If it feels like toothpaste, I know it's got to be white. So I didn't have to think about it. So without sight, you can be able to tell the difference in the colors. And that's basically what we're doing here, but of course in our things that we're going to be passing out, it's, we're not doing the chemical additives and stuff. I just started, while they're doing this, I'm always playing around with things. In my studio, I just have shelves and shelves and shelves of different mediums and additives. And I found a new way to draw a couple weeks ago that leaves a very thin kind of white line. It's not perfectly white, so I gotta work on that. But I mix the gallic acid with it, and then it gets into the paint and eats it away enough where it makes it feel kind of rough. So I can draw with that, and I can have a very thin line that's really easy to fill on the canvas. And that's what I was using last time on this. Does everybody have their pictures? When you get the pictures, it's not cheating if you go and you want to feel it, because I'm really throwing you guys under the bus a little bit with this. So whenever I say that we don't need to have a masterpiece by the end of this, I just want to share with you a process. And it took me a long time to go and learn it, but a way to be able to feel color. So whenever I work on a painting, I'm the one that did the drawing. So since I did the drawing for you guys, go ahead and touch it. Become really familiar with it. The nice thing about doing the drawing yourself is that you kind of know what to expect. You know, if you drew a petal right now, you did a bigger petal, you remember that, and you're feeling for it, you're looking for it. Does that make sense?
This is not blindfolded.
Like I say, there are